Today we are going to watch a very strange movie that is unfortunately based on reality. The movie starts with an ordinary family. A strict and controlling father who says that in this house, only my word matters. A mother, a kind woman who always tries to establish peace between her husband and her daughter. And two daughters named Sarah and Amy. When they are sitting at the dinner table, one of the girls, named Sarah, gets up and says, "I have to go. It's too late." But suddenly her father says, "Where should I sit?" Sarah turns to her mother and says, "I made arrangements with my mother in advance," and she said, "No problem. You can go and have a great time. But Dad says you have no right to leave this house tonight, and get up right now and go to your room." Sarah goes to her room, and in the middle of the night, she sneaks out of her room window and goes to her boyfriend, and they go to a party together. Meanwhile, the girl's mother comes to the girl's room door to talk to her and calm her down a bit. But suddenly, her father opens the door and goes into her room and sees that she has escaped through the window. In short, Sarah and her boyfriend have a great time at the party and make love, and then they kiss each other again. Of course, it was only a kiss. Yes, my dear friends, don't think about bad things. In short, the girl's father waits for her from night to morning and sees that she doesn't come home at all. He waits for her until morning and suddenly sees a boy on a motorbike picking up his daughter and leaving. The girl comes inside the house, and suddenly her father stands in front of her and says, "Did I let you get up at night to go to a party?" The girl tells him, "I won't set foot in this house again when I turn 18. And her father says, "As long as she lives in this house, you have no right to speak against me." The girl goes to her room and doesn't care about her father's words at all because she had a great night. A few hours later, Sarah and Amy are talking in the room, and Sarah tells her sister, "Someone has to stop this. It's really crazy." Then her father comes behind the door and hears all their conversations. He sees that Sarah is telling her sister that as soon as she turns 18, "I will leave this house and live on my own, and I want to travel the whole world." At that moment, her father gets very angry and goes to sit in the basement of their house for a few hours, thinking about what to do with this girl and how to punish her. The next day, Sarah's mother is going to work, and she comes to Sarah and says, "Don't you know why your father goes to the basement so much?" Sarah tells her that I am talking on the phone and we will talk later. A few minutes after Sarah's mother leaves, her father comes and tells her to come and help me for a minute so we can take this to the basement. They go to the basement, and Sarah realizes that there is a secret room in the basement, and when she sees this, she gets very stressed. The moment they enter the secret room, her father suddenly leaves the room and closes the door on her, imprisoning her. Sarah goes to the box they took to the basement and sees that it has put some necessary supplies just for her. In short, he locks the door of the room, and the 17-year-old girl imprisons herself in the room without light. Night falls, and her mother and sister see that there is no news of Sarah. They get very worried and go to Sarah's boyfriend and call the police. Sarah keeps trying to open the door to the damn room, but if she enters the wrong code more than 3 times, the power in the room will be turned off, and the air conditioning will also turn off. After 3 or 4 days, the girl's father comes to visit her, and Sarah suddenly pushes him from behind and tries to escape. But there isn't just one coded door, there are 2. Then the psycho grabs his daughter by the hair and throws her in the middle of the room. Sarah asks, "What the hell are you doing? Why are you doing this?" Her father says, "You're paying for the consequences of what you did. The consequences of the disrespect and that action that I didn't like. In this house, you understood what I said." But still, Sarah doesn't listen to him and turns away from him, which immediately gets angry and slaps her daughter and unfortunately rapes her. Before we continue, if you liked the video so far, like the video right now and subscribe to my channel because it gives me a lot of energy. The next day, the police come to their house and ask them if anything is missing from your daughter, like personal belongings, clothes and things like that. To which the girl's father says, "Why is there no suitcase of hers and some of her clothes?" And it says that she really wanted to travel the whole world. The police gradually leave their house, and they don't suspect anything. In short, a week passes, and Sarah is going crazy in that room. She has no food to eat or water, and only thinks about the romantic moments she had with her son. The next morning, her boyfriend comes and asks her about her father. Sarah's father asks him, "Has Sarah told you anything about her boyfriend?" She and Sarah were very good together, and they were always going to run away together. And it seems like she got her wish, and they ran away together. The boy thinks she is telling the truth and leaves angrily. 21 days pass. That crazy man comes into the room and says, "Happy 18th birthday surprise. My daughter, Sarah, who can't stand it anymore, has become very docile and listens to everything he says. Her sick father gives her a beautiful red dress and tells her to wear it to see if it suits you. And he tells her, if you need anything, let me know so I can get it for you." And Sarah says, "Bring me a TV." And he says, "You have to work hard for the TV, and you can't get it for her that easily." Then he says, "Bring me a watch. Every second here is like 1,000 hours for me." Her father says, "Well done. Now you do something for me. I'll prepare something for you." 38 days pass. When Sarah is eating a can, she hits her head with the can's lid, which injures her and escapes from his hands. But again, this move was unsuccessful. Then he grabs his daughter's hair again and rapes her. 350 days pass, and now we see a pregnant Sarah, who is 9 months pregnant with a child from her own father. At that moment, Sarah realizes that her water has broken and she has to give birth to her child. The psychotic man comes into the room and says, "Being a mother is a great thing, and I congratulate you on becoming the mother of my child." In short, 4 years have passed, and Sarah now has a 4-year-old child and is pregnant with another child. At night, at that table, the girl's mother tells her husband that she has decided to bring in a private investigator so that we can find Sarah. The father angrily says that I have spent a lot of money so far and it has not been of any use, and I will not spend any more money to find her. The mother angrily says that you have not really been asked why she has not been found yet. Maybe my child is dead. The father angrily says that it does not matter because we have a daughter here and we do not need her. At that moment, he goes downstairs and gets a TV for Sarah and her daughter. And poor Sarah and her child have a lot of fun. 7 years pass, and Sarah's second child grows up, but the first child gets sick and her fever doesn't go down at all. Her father gives her a syrup and says that she will get better. And when you were little, your mother would get better herself. You should think about her too. Whatever Sarah tells her, she needs a doctor. She doesn't care about what she says and leaves. A few days later, Sarah's boyfriend passes by their house and sees Sarah's sister and asks her how Sarah is. And the girl tells him that my father lied to you. She doesn't have any other friends she wants to run away with. And she tells him that I feel like she's fine and that she's living somewhere. They hug each other because they miss each other so much. And the boy says, "Don't worry about her. We'll find her." Sarah's mother and sister find out that the father of the family lied to the boy. Now they are very suspicious of him. His sister sees a key from her father's pocket falling on the sofa. She takes the keys and goes to the basement. She sees a series of books and a series of things, and her suspicions increase. But he does not know that his sister's third child is about to be born a few meters away. At that moment, his psychotic father finds him and tells him, "What are you doing wrong here? Get out of here quickly." Sarah comes and caresses her father, who is also her husband in a way, and as if she has another thought in her head, and tells him, "Look, this is no place for children anymore, and he is very small. Take this child up and raise him there so that I can serve you more here." At that moment, his father will speak bluntly and this will go smoothly. He goes and puts the child behind the door. He left a letter to the child and wrote in it, "Mom, I live in another country and I am very well. I have a boyfriend here, but we don't have any money to take care of this child. If you can, take care of him." But in the meantime, Sarah's mother remembered that she did not see the secret, that Sarah had left and went to the house with the child. At the same moment, the damn father comes and he remembers to read and realize that his idea was only to escape from here, not to serve him. And it was written that my father has imprisoned me underground. Call the police right now and save me. His father gives him that red dress again and establishes a relationship with him again. It's been 14 years since the psychotic man bought a series of cosmetics for the first child, and Sarah tells him not to touch it. "I won't see any more of these things. Buy them for them. It's just a child." He gets angry again and goes and cuts off the electricity. 17 years pass and one day we see a very rainy day and Sarah, who has another child in her belly. They notice that water is dripping from the ceiling of the room, and at the same time, we see his mother with the little boy who has grown up now. This is the same little boy who was behind the door. Sarah takes a spoon and tries to cover the roof with it and shines a light outside with a flashlight so that maybe someone will see and come to help them. A man sees the flashlight and knocks on the door of the house and tells the girl's father that there is a light behind you. See what it is and why it is clear. Maybe there is a problem. At the same moment, he goes downstairs and kicks Sarah, and the baby dies in her stomach as a result of these kicks. It's been 18 years since the children only have one TV. They know there is another world out there. They tell their father, when are we going to get out of here? And he says it all depends on your mother. The children, who don't know anything, push Sarah and say, take us out. Now Sarah is tired and screams loudly and knocks all the things, and in the meantime falls on the floor and falls asleep while thinking about her boyfriend. The children are growing up, and it is time for them to know the whole truth. Sarah explains the whole truth to them and tells them who is living above here and tells them that your father is actually my father, and the children do not understand at all, and it is not digestible for them at all, and they are affected. At that moment, Sarah's daughter feels sick and can't breathe anymore. 19 years have passed, and the man comes again and brings them food and tells Sarah that you should take more care of yourself. Your body has become very ugly and I can't deal with your body anymore. At that moment, the boy gets angry and tells him to shut up. Don't talk to him like that. The child gets into a fight with him, and that psychotic man leaves the room and goes to turn off the electricity again. The next day, he gets fired from his job and he can no longer afford his expenses, and his family is falling apart and he has no choice left. So he decides to strangle and kill them in his room. He connects a hose to the exhaust of his car and puts it in the air conditioner of the room and wants to suffocate them. A small amount of smoke goes into the room, but suddenly the child who grew up in the house comes and makes the man scared and turn off his car. At that moment, he goes underground and sees that nothing has happened to them. 20 years have passed and they all had a party upstairs. On the one hand, one of Sarah's children is sick and needs a doctor. At that moment, his head is found, and Sarah tells him to take care of his baby, and we have to take him to the doctor. The man says, no, I can't take this risk, and Sarah begs him and says, I promise not to say anything to anyone. They take the child to the hospital, and until the last minutes, the child survives and breathes again. The nurse comes and gives them a form and tells them to fill in these details. Sarah wants to go to the bathroom, but her father won't let her, and Sarah thinks of pouring a glass of water on the registration form so that she will have to go and change the form. When he goes to change the registration form, Sarah quickly runs away and goes to the doctor and the police stationed at the hospital and asks the police for help. The police are suspicious and come to arrest Baba, and Sarah goes to her child and tells him that we are in the hospital and the police arrested that psychotic man, and we are free now. Sarah and the kids are free now, and they are done with that psycho daddy. Well, friends, this was the summary of the movie Girl in the Basement. If you liked this summary, be sure to like the video and be with us by pressing the subscribe button so that you don't miss any summary of movies and series.